What's up, y'all? It's me. Oh, what's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. I didn't realize the radios. I was doing too much, honey. I need to be paying attention to what's going on around me. That's crazy. Anyways, I was looking down for a long time, huh? It's Friday, y'all. I don't know. Talking too much, running my mouth. Too much. Okay, so what we are down here to talk about the New Jersey Housewives. I don't like this little parking spot. They got too much trash. Let's talk about the New Jersey Housewives. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and let the diva know you stopped by. And then you know how we do, get down in the comments and talk about it. Overall, I thought the episode was cute. I liked it. I'm enjoying New Jersey this season. It has not been. It's just been like cool. Like everybody, I like it. It's just such a stark difference from what's going on or what went on last season on Atlanta. So yeah, I am comparing the two. I am comparing them because it's so far, like out the gate. New Jersey has been coming out the gate. Like I think we're on episode 11, and it's like and one thing that I do like is that we're seeing everybody's like I feel like when they film New Jersey, why does it seem like they weren't restricted in doing stuff? Like I don't know, like when, like I feel like if that stuff with Bolo, like South Carolina, that was like in the summer, right? Okay, so if it was in the summer, when was New Jersey filmed? Because the way New Jersey was filmed, you can't really tell that it's a pandemic. Like they are going out, they're at house parties, they're like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like how? Like what the hell? And being that Atlanta really never had any real kind of strict restrictions, I don't know, y'all. That's tea. Some chai tea with a little bit of honey and a little bit of creamer. Remember, I told y'all I love it. So good. So, I see the Mormons. They're playing basketball. You know, my neighbors. They come out and play basketball. Young white boys. All right, anyways, so let's talk about it. Come on, young white boys. All right, so they start off where they left off, where they were having, the mother-daughter Turkish tea party. And it was really cute. So, Teresa had left because she was feeling a little emotional, and she went right to her mother's gravesite, and she said because she missed her mom, so she went right there. Jennifer said she wants her mother to move to New Jersey because her father now lives in New Jersey. The mother still lives on Long Island, and she says that her mom be falling asleep, driving to come see them because it takes about 2 hours. And is that how long it takes to get from New Jersey to Long Island to New Jersey? But she says her mom says she'd be falling asleep sometimes. So she says she wants her mother to be close. They start talking about what the psychic told Dolores, and Dolores hasn't told her mother what the psychic said about David not being her soulmate. And so Dolores was already on edge. Like she was like, I didn't want to tell my mom. Like maybe that was something I didn't want. She was like, oh, I thought it was okay. It didn't look like she was protesting. Like I think she did kind of make some eyes like, wait, girl, what are you doing? I think she did. Now that I think about it, she did kind of make some eyes at Jennifer. But they told Dolores' mom what the psychic said about David not being her soulmate. Dolores says she enjoys peace. Listen, she enjoys the peace of not being, she said he's not abusive. He's not this, he's not that. And he's good to my kids. She was like, I don't understand why y'all think that. And the only reason why we think that, and I wish that somebody would say it to her, is because you go back and forth, Dolores. You go back and forth. If David were to propose, you would marry him. Yes? Okay, good. But does that mean that is what she's living and dying for? Like she's just waiting for David? Does it mean that she's wasting time? The nigga done built her a house. He done bought her a car. He bought her a Porsche for her, was it for her birthday or something? And she says, like, coming from Frank to, even though her and Frank are friends, she was like, I would be fucked up if I was still with Frank, because Frank was doing his thing, like Joe said later. It was a really good episode, y'all. And then, so then, Jackie's parents don't live together, right? Well, so we know Jackie's parents don't live together, and neither do Dolores's parents. They live in like literally separate houses. And so Jennifer's whole thing is trying to explain to her mom, like, girl, you can do it because there's other women here who are still married to their husbands. Like, for Jennifer's mom, she says, I'm traditional and I feel embarrassed that I'm not with my husband. So she's like stuck in that. She's an old lady. So she's not going to, that's not something that's going to change. But I think it was cool that Jennifer brought the women there, because I didn't even realize it. I was like, wait, Dolores and Jackie's parents don't live together and they're still married. Jackie's mother was like, I love it. I'm sure Jackie's father is a kook. She says, is it a relief that he's not there? She said, yes, it is. This is Jennifer's mom. And she was like, but I'm embarrassed and I grew up worried about what other people are going to say. So like a lot of people stay in relationships because of the perception, and they like are miserable in their relationships, but they have to keep up appearances. And I'm just like, oh, y'all, like, fuck these people, what they got to say. But that's an old lady, and she feels the way she's going to feel. And then she was like, why is everybody talking about me? Jennifer's like, I just want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. So what do y'all think about Dolores and this thing with David? Like, she got mad later. We'll get to it. And I do think it was cool that Jennifer did that thing for her mom so that she could see that there are other women who are still married and don't live with their husbands, right? You know, Melissa's father her mother is a widow. I don't know if she is dating or what, but they don't really get into her mom too much. But I do know that her mother and No were like, they were really close. Like she kind of was like with him all the time after the mom died. I felt like she was like, they were like friends, and she would come over and keep him company and stuff like that. So that's the kind of shit I love. Anyway, Frank, Evan, and Joe both Joes go to play golf, right? They don't know how to play. Ain't nobody been playing. They don't know. They just got golf clubs and they gonna fuck around and play. Frank wanted to know, did Joe play with kid clubs? They so damn stupid. So they out there playing, and they do like a little bet. And so they were like on the range, and he was like, if you don't make it to that flag, you're gonna have to kiss my ass. So Frank ended up kissing Joe's ass. They got it on tape, and it was like a theme through the whole episode. Funny as hell. Joe Benigno was talking about how, you know, Margaret is doing all these renovations in the house and stuff like that. And Gorga was like, it just feels like these women. He's so bitter. It just feels like these women, they trying to... He was mad. Okay, wait. Was it me? Or what, did Joe Gorga seem like he was high as hell during this whole episode? He just seemed like he was just like cool. Like when they went out with Margaret, he was laughing and giggling. When he was playing golf, he was like acting weird, like different. I was like, what's going on with Joe? But anyway, he said, these women, he sits back in the chair, these women, they act like they want to prove something. They're on a mission to prove something. He don't like the independence at all. It's crazy. And he's not an old guy. Like, it's like, oh gosh. Like I said the other day, tradition, when you hear somebody say tradition, that means male-centered. Center the man. That means the man that's traditional. Patriarchy is tradition, unfortunately. And when you hear a nigga holler traditional, no. So Frank is asking Joe, does Teresa have a boyfriend? You know, they gossiping. And that's the one thing I love about them showing the husbands by themselves, because this idea that only women gossip, you know, that dumb trope. But they are sitting there, and I don't think they're gossiping, really. They're not really gossiping, but they're they you know, Teresa, nobody knows that Teresa has a boyfriend, and only Joe and Melissa know. So they trying to get it out of Joe, and he's sitting there like, I don't know, nothing. And then they finally get it out of him, and he was like, man, yeah, whatever. Like, she's in love. She was like a kid in a candy store. She fell in love instantly. He telling it. They were like, really? Like, was so cute. Even Joe was like, really, that's cool. Like, they were like really like happy for Teresa. And it was funny because at one point, Frank was like, so what's up? What's up with Teresa? And he had food in his mouth. And they were like mocking him because he was just like talking with food in his mouth. It was funny. I enjoy New Jersey so much. He spilled it. So Teresa is looking at houses, right? Because, you know, she's selling her house. Baby, that house that Teresa looked at, baby, that, oh my God. Everything. I was like, that is it, Teresa. The balcony, everything, that basement, everything. That house was so sick. Oh my God, it was so sick. I was like, Teresa, get that house. That house was so sick. And the damn realtor, bitch, did y'all see her house? Oh my God. Her house was sick. Oh my God. I was like, where in New Jersey do they live? That house that Teresa saw, it was really nice. So her and the realtor are looking at houses. And at one point they sit down, they're talking. She was like, you know, I still want to look. The house was nice. She liked the house. She showed Gia, you know, on the FaceTime. Gia was like, oh, I want that room and this and da. And then they showed clips from when they bought that other house. And Gia was so little. She was so little. They were also tiny. That is so crazy that it just seems like it was not, it doesn't seem like it's been that long. And Gia is 19 years old. Crazy. Anyway, so she invites her to a meet and greet, right? She was like, I'm going to have a little thing at my house or whatever, and I want you to come. I'm going to introduce you to this guy. And so Teresa, nobody knows that Teresa is really dating anybody. So she was looking like, oh, okay, well, she don't want to tell anybody, like, I'm the guy that I am seeing. She was like, I'm kind of seeing somebody. And she was like, okay, so is it serious? Because I don't want to invite anything. She was like, yeah, but no. And I was like, Teresa, just say it. Like, what are you keeping it under wraps for? But of course, Dolores understood why, because everybody's so judgmental. But if the people like them and the people want to celebrate your love and they're happy you're in love or whatever, they want to talk about it, right? So Teresa was like, she don't want to meet him. She already, you know, she got her thing already. So it is what it is. Oh, she's going to go to the party. The girl's going to have a nice party. So Melissa and Joe and Margaret and Joe, they go out to eat. I love that scene so much. Margaret looked fly as hell. She came in with her hat. I was like, come through, bitch. Margaret is my favorite, okay? I don't care what nobody say. So they showed a video that, you know, that Joe or Frank had lost a bet, and Melissa was like, what? Joe hadn't even told her. That's so funny to me. He hadn't even told her. She looking at the video like, oh my God. Of course, Margaret's like, you saw the video of Frank kissing your husband's ass. So they talked a little bit about the tea party. So she was like, your husband told me about your sister. Margaret, let me tell you something. When I tell you, Margaret is the bone carrier. And every scene, Margaret is bringing some shit up. So what's up with Teresa? So she's banging him. It's like, your husband told the guys everything. I say, come on, Margaret, tell it. Oh, it's so funny. I enjoyed this episode. I might go watch it again when I get back. She was like, so they're in love with each other? And then she was like, I don't know nothing. This is Melissa. Joe done told everything. Melissa's still trying to say, like, I'm not, because I don't want Teresa mad at me. I ain't saying nothing, right? Teresa's definitely banging him, right? It's like, come on, Margaret. Margaret's like, I want to get down to it. Like, is she fucking? Like, come on, what's up? She was like, she ain't drinking pineapple juice if she's getting some good vitamin D. What she say? Margaret is crazy. Her mouth goes like this. Darling. Yeah, I said she got Joker mouth. She got Joker mouth like candy. They got the parts right here, they go they go up like this and down like this. Shout out to Margaret. You know, she's my favorite housewife on New Jersey. So Dolores, she goes get her biopsy. We find out that it was benign. And she talks about, which I thought was strange, unless the production cut it out. Because when Dolores was talking about how, you know, how her life is really where she wants it right now. Her kids are successful. You know, she's financially independent. She has Frank, her ex-husband. And then she didn't mention David. I was like, girl. I was like, girl, what the fuck? Unless production. I said, oh my God, Dolores. She said all those things like while thinking about you might die, right? You know, I mean, not like that. And so she's thinking about her life, right? And she didn't mention David. Did she mention David? Did I miss it? Because I don't think she did. I was like, what happened to David? So she tells Frank that it was benign, and he gives her a hug, and he tells her he loves her, and she was like, you know, we don't do that, like, you get off of me. But it was cute because he was happy, like, you're not gonna die, you're not gonna leave me. And let me tell you something, Dolores, for me, Dolores has it made. Listen, she's single, technically, she's single, she's dating a doctor who built her a house, or built him a house for her to move in. Like, isn't that the thing you bitches want? Like, a nigga to build you a house and move in that motherfucker. Here, I built you a house. Come, please come. He built her a house, told her to move. She said, I'm not gonna move in until we get married. He hasn't asked her to marry, so she hasn't moved in. She got her boundaries together, right? He done bought her a car. He treats her kids nice. The kids stay there. Her ex-husband and him are close to the point where he took care of him when he was sick. Like, Dolores got it made. And this like looming cloud of she wants and so desperately needs to get married. It's like, girl, no. Like, I feel like Dolores, it's like, I feel like she got it made. I don't know what a marriage would change. Like, and then it's the traditional women who like, oh my God, he has to validate you in some way. Your life has to be validated by a ring. Like, none of what she says is mattering. I'm financially independent. I'm cool with my ex-husband. My kids are successful. I'm dating a doctor who just bought me a fucking Porsche. Y'all think that it's just, I have what I want. Why y'all think I want a ring? Like, I don't know. I understand why she got mad at that party, because I'm like, why y'all talking about it? And then y'all talking about it as if, oh yeah, we here, as if she asked for a ring and instead got a car. That's not what it is. Like, I'm like, why are they framing it like that? Like, she got a ring, she got a car instead of a ring. What do you mean instead of? She's not asking. I mean, she tell the guy, yeah, we can get married. I'm not moving into this house until we get married. He's not asking. So, what are you gonna do? I'ma still live in my home. I'ma pull up in my driveway in the car that he bought me. Like, I don't know what the fuck y'all want. And it's like, all she needs is a ring for what? What is that gonna do? What is that gonna do? And all the men like, he's stalling. Let me tell you something. I was with Dolores. She said, fuck y'all. What she said? Shut the fuck up. She was cussing their asses out. Frank, I'm ready to go. Like, and then he's like, he's never around. Let's get down to it. So the guy wasn't her type, right? Teresa said the guy, I don't know, was he embarrassed? He was flushed all through his little cheeks area. I was like, what's going on with old boy, right? So before the party, all the wives have warned their husbands to not drink so much with Joe Gorga, because Joe Gorga is the perpetual frat boy. So that's what he wants, to kiss asses on the golf course. He wants to take 5,000 shots. And so the wives are all telling him, just behave tonight, okay, with Joe Gorga. Margaret told her husband, what's the other husband? Evan's ass is cute, y'all. I was like, oh, Evan. You saw Teresa. Y'all saw when Teresa was about to leave, she kissed Evan. I was like, okay, bitch. I caught you, bitch. I was like, why did she turn around and kiss Evan? But then she kissed Jackie afterwards. I was like, okay, all right. I'm watching you, bitch. That realtor's house is so sick. When I tell you, I was like, this bitch's house is sickening. This is the shit I want to say. So sick. Anyway, Margaret goes, so Teresa's in love, right? So Teresa's walking by and she's like, girl, who's in love? And Teresa, they said you're in love. She was like, who said that? Bitch, when Teresa hollered, who said that? I fell out. She said, who said that? You can see Margaret's face after she said Teresa's in love. Teresa hit the corner like, who's in love? Bitch. So Teresa was like, Margaret was like, your brother. Your brother said, she was like, Joey. Joey, You said I was in love. He was like, I didn't say anything. It was like, yeah, because they said you said it. I don't know why she's mad. He's happy for you. Your brother is happy for you. He couldn't hold it in. Oh, when they introduce the guy, so the guy comes in, right, that they want to introduce Teresa to. I'm doing it out of order because that shit was funny. Because the way their little talk afterwards, after the guy walked away, he was like having small talk. She was like introducing, this is Teresa, this is Melissa, this is Dolores, this is Margaret. And he was like saying something about how he sleeps a lot. So when he walked away, Teresa was like, I can't do it. He says he sleeps a lot. You know, I'm a night owl. And Margaret was like, girl, just anything to get rid of him. He naps too much. Get rid of him. He's out of here. That was so cute. He sleeps. Get rid of him. So anyways, they start talking about how Margaret says, David brought Dolores a car. And they were like, why does she want a car? Why is she okay with the car and not a ring? And they start getting on that shit. And so Margaret was really trying to advocate for the girl. She was like, listen, that's what she wants. Like, I don't think it's bad. I don't think, why does she need someone to give her a ring? Like, Margaret was really like, that doesn't mean anything, right? So they are saying that the guy that Teresa doesn't like, maybe they can introduce him to Dolores. And Dolores is like, there's like, Dolores is single, but Dolores is in a relationship. Like, she's just not married, right? She's in a relationship. She's not married. So she was like, David brought her a car. And then Teresa was like, I would be pissed. Teresa and Melissa, they were like, I would be pissed. Why he didn't give her a ring? And I'm like, that's what y'all want. That's not what she wants. Unless Dolores is saying something that we're not seeing. This season, Dolores don't care. I don't know. Maybe when I feel like Dolores is like this. If he wants to get married, we'll get married. And then I'll move into the house. But if he don't want to get married, I'm cool. We still cool. We still go together. So, and then that's why the one girl was like, well, he got her a car instead of a ring. I said, no. Y'all see, that's how shit gets fucked up. He did not buy her a car instead of a ring. Y'all got it fucked up. And then so everybody is talking about Dolores' relationship. So during this time they're talking, Teresa is over there in her phone texting this man, right? So Melissa is drunk, boots, okay? And she was like, girl, what are you saying to him? I'm trying to see in the phone. Let me see what you're trying to say to him. They get on Dolores. She's happy with David. What's the problem? This is Margaret. She's happy. Like, what's the problem? Joe Gorga. Girl, I said, this motherfucker. He says, you're in denial. And she was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you're in denial. And she was like, yes, I'm listening to some Neanderthal man tell me about, what'd she say? About relationships, right? So she was like, I'm cool. I'm in my relationship. David is cool. He's this. David is not the type that'll get mad at me, bitch. I said, come on, Dolores. He's not the type that would get mad at me for walking ahead of him to the car. I said, come on, bitch. Girl, Melissa over there looking stupid. Yeah, that's your husband. Get him. You better get him. Get him. Dolores was too through. Dolores says, traditional is not for me. Traditional is not my thing. Joe Gorga says, David doesn't give you affection. And he works too much. He's not possibly fulfilling you. That's what he's trying to say. It's like, I love, this is Joe. I love Frank Catania. He is my brother, but he was doing his own thing and he messed you up. He ruined you. I said, why would he use the word ruin? Like, why? He ruined you. And this is a broken woman. I was like, oh my God. I would have left too. I was like, you doing too much. He said that her ex-husband ruined her, who she came to the party with, okay? Who just hugged her and told her he loved her after she told him what was in her breast was benign. I mean, what are you talking about, Joe? Like Joe, Melissa, Teresa, that traditional stuff. And it's because in some senses, I have so many, like Dolores is so layered because she has that traditional mindset, but she has spoken about being in those kind of relationships where you're worried about where the man is. He's cheating on you. He's abusive. He's verbally abusive. He's physically abusive. And that guy, David, is not like that. And she's like, this is what I want. I want peace. And this man provides me that. And y'all want him to give her a ring to do what? I don't. Maybe y'all can explain it to me because I don't get it. If Melissa cheated on me, I would be broken. I would act like I didn't want to get married anymore. I would act so tough, right? So Jackie says that Joe is sending Melissa a message to let her know if you want to be this independent woman, you're going to be considered a broken woman too, right? Because they like it's there is a vast majority of men and women who really feel like a woman is not valuable unless she has a person with a penis. Shout out to Tanya TKO. It's like, it's just so weird. And it's men and women. And men and women use it as they literally use it as a way to insult you. It's crazy. It is literally crazy to try to insult a woman by saying she doesn't have a man next to her when she actually does have a man next to her who is not driving her crazy like Melissa, the man you're married to. Like, I don't get it. She said the ring, the Porsche, the house, it doesn't mean anything. Y'all talking behind my back. And then, like Margaret said, he gave her that gift, and you guys are saying that it's not enough. And so it's insulting to say that gift was not enough. And it's insulting to say that. And I agree with Margaret. Dolores was like, let's go. I'm ready to go. I said, I know that's right. She was like, y'all talking behind my back. And then y'all got it wrong because y'all are saying instead of, they even asked the husbands. So what do you think? He gave her a car instead of a ring. The other girl's husband, oh, he's stalling. Evan was like, he's stalling. You guys are framing it as if that's what she wanted and he got that for her. That's not the case. Now, does Dolores want to be married to David? Probably. She probably wants to be married because she's still traditional in that way. But I think the peace that she has in her life is probably, listen to what I'm saying, and this might shock y'all. The peace in her life is probably more valuable than being married. That's all I got to say. Y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let me know what you think of the episode. I know I was all over the place. I enjoyed it. Like when I tell you I enjoyed that episode, I was entertained. Shout out to Sirens Media, who produces New Jersey Housewives, and the CEO is a black woman. Hello. Shout out to y'all. You guys do a great show, and it makes me feel good to watch it. Take care of each other. Peace. Bye. What is this, the 50s, where a woman has to be next to a man in order for her to be valuable?